Thousands of couples have been married in this chapel over the past 25 years, but today, here it sits, up on blocks at Grand and Bayard in Pacific Beach. Here it used to sit on the grounds of the Catamaran Hotel a few blocks away. A parking garage is being built on the site now, so the chapel had to be moved. But right now, there's no place to move it to, so here it sits. John Fry of the Pacific Beach Historical Society thinks Kate Sessions Park might be a good place.
In Kate Sessions, it would make a nice chapel and a community meeting room and perhaps a museum.
And even a wedding chapel. But there are quite a few people who use Kate Sessions Park who think a chapel, no matter where you put it, would ruin the park, ruin its solitude, create traffic problems. Fry and others would love to see it stay in Pacific Beach somewhere because of its heritage.
It really is pretty old. It dates back to the turn of the century, and it was part of the old F.T. Scripps estate, Braemar. And in the early part of the century, the PB Literary Society and the Women's Club, which is one of the oldest in the country, met here.
And of course, all those weddings. The park board won't decide about the Kate Sessions site until November, about the time the chapel has to be moved again to make way for a Christmas tree lot.
It's so weird to see this up on blocks. I was in a wedding in this chapel just a couple of weeks ago. A buddy of mine got married. Must have been one of the last weddings to be held here. It'd be nice to see this as a wedding chapel again someday. Chris Saunders, News 8, Pacific Beach.
The wedding chapel from the Catamaran Hotel has been sitting on a vacant lot at Grand and Bayard for the past couple of months since it had to be moved to make way for a parking garage. But today, finally, the chapel has found a new home, and house movers began moving it there.
Do you always crawl under moving houses?
Yes, sir.
Its new home is the Rose Creek Arboretum, a small piece of Navy property at Garnett and Soledad Mountain Road. A group of people on the Pacific Beach Town Council were determined to find a place for the chapel.
I had spotted this site and thought it was quite appropriate, so I went to Jim Ryan and asked him for help because I knew the Navy owned it, and he said fine, he'd give it a shot, and here we are today.
Fantastic, I love it. Where was that?
Meantime, the chapel was turning left on Grand, right on Mission Boulevard, and right on Garnett. The movers had to zigzag it through the traffic signals, and it held up traffic a little. This couple was waiting for a bus. Instead, they got a chapel.
Down the road, like that, as big as that is.
It took about 3.5 hours, but finally the chapel made it to its new lot, no problem. The Navy will be leasing the property to the PB Town Council, which will in turn landscape the property and turn the building into a museum and office, and yes, people will be able to get married here, as thousands have done over the years. Chris Saunders, News 8, Pacific Beach.